Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I'm really excited to be playing the new trainer trial in Pokemon TCG Live, and this is something that I've been excited for. The last three trainer trials are the ones that I thought were the most interesting, and yeah, I played it some, and it's cool. Overall, the first two I thought were just a little too similar to standard. This format, though, it's called, um, what's it called? Oh, it's the Silver series because it's Scarlet and Violet cards, which is like kind of stupid because standard is like also Scarlet and Violet cards. But it's essentially the aceless format, common, uncommon, rare cards only. Pokemon with rule boxes aren't allowed. You can play ace specs. I don't know if that's intended. It doesn't really change things very much, but regardless, you can in the format. And then or at least you can like in the game. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to. You might be. It's not like crazy that you'd be allowed to do that, but regardless, that is a thing. I'm not very familiar at all with Pokemon rarities, but I'm pretty sure this is a different rarity. Regardless, this the format is just single prized essentially, so that means that things are a little bit different in a bunch of different ways in terms of like how game dynamics work, and that's why I thought Festival Lead, suggested by Celery, is a really good deck for this. Festival Lead, if you don't know, has, well, the deck is called Festival Lead after the ability on the Pokemon Dipplin and a couple of others, and it lets you attack twice, assuming you have the Festival Grounds Stadium in play. The stadium doesn't really like do anything. It technically does stuff in like against poison. I guess it could do something. It stops special conditions with Pokemon with energy attached. So that's like a thing. I've never seen it impact games outside of course, triggering the ability though. But you can attack twice. That's really good. Your attack is do the wave for one grass. It does 20 for each of your bench Pokemon, so it's going to be doing 100 damage here. You can't really boost. Well, there are ways to boost it, kind of, but you can't increase your bench and also have the Festival Ground Stadium in play. So that's a restriction there. Not that that's that big of a deal, but you're doing 100 for one on a stage one. Then you're essentially doing 200 on one for stage one. But keep in mind the format is single prizers. A lot of the Pokemon will get one shotted by that. Not all, but some certainly will. And then you can hit another Pokemon and be doing like potentially taking multiple prizes or just being a solid attacker against single like high HP single Pokemon that your opponent's powering up. So I played against an Okidogi deck before, and I was able to get through their Okidogis using Dipplin. It was a little challenging, but the deck that they were playing required more setup and was reliant on surviving. But this is still a strong deck. But again, against decks that are a little lower HP, lower setup, you can also just kind of run through them through the use of Do the Wave repeatedly. Also, Thwackey. Thwackey is a really cool card. This one has the ability Boom Boom Groove. If your active Pokemon has the Festival Lead ability, you can search your deck for any card, and you can use this as many times as you want. Well, each Thwackey can use the ability, so it's better than Pidgeot EX in that way. But a big downside is that Thwackey has 2 retreat, you can get stuck in the active, and then you can't use the ability, so it's like really awkward. The list plays 2 copies of Switch. Overall, I've messed with the list a little bit. I found this online, but let's just hop right into some games and kind of see how this goes. But this deck is really fun. It's the most fun, I think, of the Silver series format decks I played so far. I played a few different ones, and I played against some, and I haven't found any that seem more fun. I think Tyranitar is really good, I'm not going to lie, and that's kind of boring. And then I also think that Badoo Frostlass or spread decks in general are really good. Frostlass has some issues maybe because there aren't as many abilities, but it's still quite good. And Badoo's still, unfortunately, very good here. It's a very strong Pokemon in Standard, and it's probably a little weaker in this format. I'm not sure, though. I mean, it's still very good. But anyways, we're going to go first. We'll see what we're up against. I don't know exactly how the matchmaking system works. I don't really know what other people are playing. I mean, I've seen some different things, but I haven't seen anything a ton. The first day I saw a bunch of pretty boring decks. A lot of them were like item lock and stuff, but okay, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a mirror here. Also, this hand is not good. I was going to say terrible, but it could be technically worse. Oh, they're also playing this Applin, and now that I think about it, yeah, this Applin is definitely, or it's probably better. It searches for a Pokemon, that seems better, and it can't attack, or it can't do damage, but that's not a big deal. But theoretically they could, but I assume they can't. Anyways, they're going to TM Evolution. Okay, that's kind of annoying. They're getting set up. They cannot double Team Evolution even if they got the stuff in play because of the ruling or like the wording on this card. So that's it doesn't really matter, but that's the thing I'd mention. But this is okay, I guess. If we get what we need, like if we draw the Dipplin, and we need to draw stuff. We're gonna research. We hope we draw stuff that we need. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. The hand is obviously pretty bad because we have a supporter, but we don't have other like Pokemon search, which is a big deal. We did get the energy though. That is good. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Losing these cards is like losing all the Ionos isn't ideal, but we let's see. We're gonna Buddy-Buddy Poffin for Applin and Grookey. I think I could take double Grookey. That seems kind of silly, right? Let's take these two here. Then I'm going to Bug Catching Set. We're hoping for the Dipplin here, which we get. Okay, that's really good. And I'll take another Grookey. Yeah, Grookey. There we go. And then I'll attack. We don't get the double attack, which is a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world by any means. The deck also plays Rabsca. This is like a list I kind of found online and messed with, but not that much. I don't know how good it is here. I might remove the cards that don't do anything in this format and change a few other things around, but not super sure if the Rabsca line is worth it, but again, I haven't played this format an absolute ton. I've seen not that much spread there. Oh, we also play Hyper Aroma. Hyper Aroma was cool. The previous ace spec was max belt or maximum belt, so yeah, we got that out of there. But Hyper Aroma gets 3 stage 1s, which I think is solid. We can't search it out, but I didn't find Prime Catcher might just be better, honestly. Now that I think about it, Prime Catcher is probably the play because it's both a switch and a gust, an item gust. It plays Counter Catcher. But Hyper Aroma is pretty nice as well. I mean, in this turn, we could get Iono, but presumably it'll be good here. Now, my opponent does have the prize advantage now, which is pretty unfortunate for us. Well, obviously we're up on prizes, but they do have, if they take 2 prizes every turn, then, they'll win. They're going to Iono us, okay? It is what it is. We'll see what our hand looks like on the other side of this. These decks aren't super dynamic really at all, so we'll see if we're able to get what we need here, and if we're going to be able to make a comeback. Oh wait, what? Never mind. They did not get the stadium in play. Okay, that's really good for us, obviously, because now they are not actually ahead in the prizes. So let's see if we can get what we need. I am being a little aggressive here, sending up the Applin. Actually, no, that's not really that aggressive, and we get a Thwackey, so that's really good. We now we're now more or less okay. Let's see what we get here. We get an Applin and a Grass Energy. Okay, that's good. We're going to play the Applin down. That's really good. Now we can get the Stadium. I was going to say, if I didn't get the Applin, I couldn't really get the Stadium here. We'd have been in a really sketchy position, but we did get it, so I'll go ahead and stretcher back the Dipplin. Dipplin, and then I will also Thwackey, but twice I'll get another Thwackey here, because we can just chain them together to get our board situated. Oh, I didn't play the Pokemon yet. I was like, why can't I ability? And then we also have Pal Pad, which is good, and it does my challenge, so that's fun. I'll get, of course, another Thwackey, and then the Stadium. Now it's down for both of us, but that's fine because we're in the better position. Yeah, I think we'd always take the Stadium here. We could Super Rod back some stuff, which is okay. We could Pal Pad as well. Back to Iono, or no, I'll get back Iono Research. Iono won't be amazing for us here. It's probably better to have it in the deck than not have it in the deck, but Research is going to be a little bit better because it's going to allow us to, go ahead and just draw more cards by quite a bit because we'll have taken a lot of prizes by that point. And we might not get a knockout if they send up Thwackey here. I don't think they'll send up Thwackey here though, because then they also, sorry if there's any background noise, but then they might be stuck. There's a good chance they'll be stuck. So I think they'll send up the Goldeen. I'm pretty sure on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that makes a lot of sense. Also, they are playing this Applin. I thought it was flip coin until you get tails. But anyways, we get a second knockout here. We got the Applin down. Nothing super crazy going on so far, but it is still good. We play the Seaking as well on this list, which lets us draw some cards with our attack. It doesn't do enough damage, so we can't really use that unless we have to. But if we have to, we can. I actually kind of like it in the deck. I thought I was going to think it was terrible, but in my couple of games playing with it, it's okay. Not a main attacker at all in the deck. I think if you build a deck around that card, it's pretty bad, but it's still interesting. They are going to Arvin again. Their board state is fine, probably, but they are down, and I don't think they're going to be able to recover. Also, they are also playing Hyper Aroma. That's pretty fun. I think Hyper Aroma, again, is a solid ace spec. I'm thinking maybe it's me. I just saw that Lillian, but maybe Prime Catcher, right? But Lillian's also really interesting here. I didn't really think about that. I just kind of forgot it existed, honestly. Lillian's really interesting, increasing your damage by 20, your grass or fire damage. And then it's doubled essentially because it happens each time you attack. So Lewis plays Vitality Band. That's just 10 extra damage. I don't even know if it's that good, but it's okay. I don't feel bad about it in the deck, honestly. But against consistent 20 extra damage throughout the entire game. I cannot speak. They're going to get 2 knockouts here. I'll send up the Goldeen. I think that's fine. And they're going to knock out the Thwackey even if we sent that up, and it will be stuck. So we won't do that. We have the Applin and the Dipplin and the Grass Energy in hand. We have like exactly what we want. So off of the Thwackey, so I guess I'll Super Odd. What's here? Yeah, I'll Super Odd back in Applin, Dipplin, Grass probably, and we just need to kind of make sure that we have what we need going on here. We need probably double Applin is what I'll do, I think. That seems fine. I'll get back. Get Applin, Dipplin, Grass. Applin, Dipplin. I don't know why I always record videos at like weird times, so I'm tired. But yeah, that is something that's happening right now. And why I'm not 100%. Okay, they do have Seaking. I actually need to check something. Let's Nest Ball here for that Applin. Okay, we're probably gonna get the Rellor. It's not like ideal to get it down. It's not that big of a deal either, though. And then we want. I'm a little nervous actually of being hit by an Iono. That could actually end kind of bad. Maybe I should have gotten the Seaking back. So we'll see. Now that I think about it, that's kind of sketchy. I'm kind of nervous about that. I think it'll end up being all right, but we'll see. But I'll get the Applin here, and then we're going to grab Research. Then we also want Vitality Band as well later on to be able to knock out the Seaking, which I think is what they're going to send up. We actually don't need a double knockout here. If we just get a single one on one of these turns, it's okay. It's not, I slightly missequenced, but it doesn't really matter. So if we, again, get a single knockout, it's not the end of the world, but we just need to make sure that we're safe. That's the biggest thing here. Okay, so we'll just grab the I'm not actually 100% sure what to take here. I could take a Dipplin. Again, I think we might get Iono'd here. That makes sense by my opponent, so in which case we shouldn't Dipplin. Oh, wait, no, we have a Dipplin. We should definitely not get Dipplin. I could take Vitality Band. That seems kind of silly here, though, so I might just take the Rellor. It's like a Pokemon I could sacrifice. Yeah, I don't hate that. Again, I'm not really in love with any of these ideas, but I know I'll actually take Buddy-Buddy Poffin. That's the right play here. That would be a little bit better to take the Rellor, get that out of the deck, and then we could theoretically attack with Rabsca. That seems kind of bad. I don't want to do that, but so we'll go for this play. The reason that we might want the Goldeen is because that has the ability, so we can use our ability. And oh yeah, they're gonna send up they're gonna send up an Applin here, I think. Oh no, they send up the Seaking. Okay, that's interesting. I will unsurprisingly attack him again. I don't think that's bad here. I was gonna say they'd let themselves get knocked out when Iono me. Looks like they're not gonna Iono me most likely though, because they sent up the Seaking, right? If they were gonna Iono me, giving up the extra prize is probably actually better. So then I'm in a worse hand state. So hopefully I'm fine here. Hopefully that means they're not going to Iono. And again, we're going to be only Iono down to 2 as opposed to Iono down to 1. And also giving up them giving up the extra prize isn't that big of a deal outside the Iono thing, because then they would have been able to. I would have taken potentially 2 prizes anyway. It's technically a little better for them, but it's nothing crazy there. I get the Peddler onto the bench, which is fine. It doesn't really matter here. I do play the Seaking with 10 extra HP, but that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to play it, so that's fine. And I guess they're just deck thinning and lets them do enough damage to knock out the Thwackey. And we'll see what they decide to do here. They might get another card to play. Again, it could be an Iono, but that just doesn't make that much sense at the moment here. So I'm thinking probably not, because that's just not the route they've been playing down. Okay, they are going to boss to trap. Okay, that's interesting. That's actually really scary because we're kind of stuck. Maybe I should have taken a switch last turn. And we only have one left in deck. I should be okay. Okay, I don't know what's happening anymore. I have zero idea. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'm just gonna send up the wait. We have game, right? Oh, we might not actually have game. I need to be careful here a little bit. Um, Probably sending up Rellor is fine. They're gonna knock out whatever we send up. I'm actually really scared now. If we actually have game because we need Pokemon in play, which we might not be able to get. So I'm starting to get a little bit nervous here. They are going to choose not to attack, which is fine. Um, then we can play a Dipplin that doesn't do anything here. We have the one knockout. I really hope I did this right. So we can then go ahead, retreat. And then we can get the Super Rod. And then we have we can get back 3 basics. Then we have pretty good odds of hitting what we need. I think that's the best route here. It's a little bit sketchy, but I think it's right. We get the one knockout. I could go for Iono as well. I don't hate Iono. And then they have Thwackey in the active, because they can't have Seaking in the active. So, oh, they scooped. Okay, I think they could have won that one. I definitely played. I don't know. That was a weird game. The deck's a little weird in general. Just the way the engine works is very strange. So I'm not sure if I played that right. Actually, comment down below if you think I played it right or if there's something I should have done. Obviously, I made some like minor sequencing things, but if I made some big mistakes, again, probably getting that Seeking would have been good. But okay, let's hop into another game and see how this next one goes. This deck is pretty fun. If you haven't actually tried Festival Lead, because Festival Lead I think is a fan favorite deck. It's pretty fun, and pretty janky, especially with the way the engine works. But it is like also a really strong engine, but also like the payoff of the engine. Well, the Thwackey is really strong when you can use it. The cards you're getting usually aren't that crazy. You can get like the stadium and like an energy and stuff like that, but it's not usually that much more than like playing an Arvin or something. Because usually you don't need like a ton of cards. It's not like you get value. If you could search an extra 10 cards from your deck, it wouldn't like do anything. In this deck, but it's really fun. You get to, find stuff that you need and kind of plan for the future as well. Regardless, I'll choose to go first again. Not 100% sure if this is right, but it probably is right? So hopefully we're not against the same deck. Not that it's not cool, but also I don't want to play mirror match. I want to, show off different decks. This hand here is pretty solid. No, this hand is good. It's not literally perfect, but it's good. We'll see what we're up against. Also, our Pokemon are super weak, so hopefully it's not. Well, actually, no. If it's spread, we're fine because we have the Rellor Rabsca literally in hand. I was gonna say we didn't have like evolutions. We don't have the Dipplins or the Thwackeys, but we do have the Rellor Rabscas, so that's cool, I guess, if that's what we need. Again, I don't really know exactly what people are playing, so they could be playing some mix of spread and stuff, and it looks like this, I think, is spread. I don't know. They're playing Lapras, which is 10 to everything. Lapras is kind of bad, but I've seen worse cards as well. I think I played it in random battles, actually. But I'm going to take 2. Grookey's here, of course. I could technically take Grookey, Goldeen. There's like reason for that, I guess, but not, not crazy reason for it. Oh, Rellor here. Rellor only has 40, so if we get like Iono'd and then hit by spread a few times, then we could just lose, or not just, well, we could lose actually, but we could like have our Rellor knocked out before it evolves into Rabsca because that HP is, really low there. The spread stuff's interesting. I think Uxie is by far the best spread Pokemon from the ones that I know, which is pretty much all of them. I mean, there are some that are worse, but then those are worse. Regardless, we'll see what they decide to do here. They are, thinking about it, maybe deciding between like a research and Iono could be the play that they're thinking about. They attach water, so this is a water deck. I assume they're playing it mostly for hail. Like freezing wind isn't very good. They just pass. Wow. Okay. Have Ultra Ball, so we'll get rid of a research. Oh no, not that. Research Super Rod. And definitely take Dipplin here. That's like the code we have to take. We now need energy. And there are some different things we could draw, right? But we do need the energy, and we need either the stadium or a full bench plus the tool. And we get it. Let's go. Okay, I really want to attach the tool because I didn't do that last game, and I need to do it for my challenge. So let's see. We'll get these. I'm pretty sure they know that we do win. It's a little annoying to get the tool here, but I want to do my challenge, right? If it's there. It is. Yeah, okay. So I'll attach that. I'll get the energy from the other Thwackey, and then we'll just go ahead and one-shot them here. Like, actually one-shot them as opposed to one-shot them with 2 attacks in 1 turn. But we'll get the energy. Again, the deck, when it sets up, you got everything you need without any worry at all. That is really good. I'll play down a the Grookey, that's a basic, and I miscollected, and I will attack for game. They didn't do anything on it, like they didn't really, they got an energy in 1 Pokemon. Not sure exactly what they were playing, or not really sure at all. As I said, I think it's like spread, but it could have been not spread. It could have been like Excalibur or something, some water box deck. But regardless, let's hop into a 3rd game and see how this deck goes. Honestly, I found the deck to be, really good so far. In the games I haven't, recorded, it's been good. I was gonna say not broken. It's been very, very good against some super high HP Pokemon. I mean, I said I played against Okidogi, and that has high HP. I was not one-shotting that with the 2 attacks. I was sure. But if they'd gotten set up like better, then I could have lost. But the deck also is less consistent and reliant on surviving hits. Regardless, I'll go first again. It's worked out so far, so I'll keep doing it. I think I've won the coin flip every time with this deck, which is surprising. But we start double Applin. This hand is definitely more sketchy. We don't have a supporter. We don't have Dipplin. We don't have Grookey. So we're just missing a lot of things that could get us into a better position here. We can't attack. We can't even attack for not that much. Oh, no, we can attack doing spray fluid. I guess this is a situation where I should be playing the other Applin, as most situations are. It's not like it has less HP or anything. But we'll see what my opponent's running. They started Blood Moon Ursulin. Okay, that's not ideal for them. We'll take it. I'll play this, and I'll play this, and I will pass. Also, we have both our Switch, which is something, I guess. Theoretically, if I didn't have any Switch, I might have not attached there, though attaching is almost definitely better. But anyways, Blood Moon Ursulin, if you're not familiar with it, it accelerates 2 fighting energy on play, and then it does damage based on damage counters on me. Blood Moon Ursulin actually seems kind of bad in this format. Not necessarily terrible, but it can do really big damage, but you don't need to do like 200 damage in this format necessarily. I mean, I guess I do. And they Iono me. Let's go. Well, okay, let's wait until we see what's on the other side of this Iono, but presumably it's better, and these are the cards we were gonna draw anyways. Okay, yeah, this is better. This is, I mean, we got the research to put a top deck it anyways, but that's still good. And we could win on our turn. Yeah. Are we gonna win? I think we're gonna win. They have not gotten what they needed, even after their Iono there. I guess I'll attach grass here. Play the Festival Grounds down. Certainly not going to play the Iono. Going to play the research to draw more and to also not Iono them. And I will take a Grookey now. So we get one of these. Our setup is not perfect, but it's really good. If we get, I think, one more basic we get there. I'm pretty sure we got it right. Unless I've done something wrong. No, okay, we got there. I won't play another Pokemon. I'll just go ahead and attack twice and win. We get another Donk. Not super exciting, but the deck's really good. This deck honestly it just works really well in the format. This is my minor concern with the format, that or honestly kind of major concern, that one deck would be super dominant. I mean, we saw it once during the video, and we both set up, and it was honestly not a super interesting game, but there were some interesting things because we missed attacks. But regardless, this deck is really, really good in this format, I think. I don't think I've lost with it. Not that all my games have been super competitive, but some of them have been, and it's really strong. It can also definitely be better. I'm actually going to make those changes to the Applins now, so if you're copying the list, which is hopefully in the description, unless I forgot it, then you will find those other Applins, which I don't own. Okay, I guess I'll craft those. Actually, is this Applin better? I changed my mind. I'm going to play a split of Applins. This is kind of silly. I just remembered Applin, it's searchable off of Bug Catching Set. So I don't know. I'll go back to the original Applin. I'm very indecisive right now, but tell me what you think of the format down below. Obviously, there's some weird stuff going on, but I think the format's really fun, and that's the most important thing. But I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell. Tell me down below what you want me to play in this format or in other formats, but I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.